Alright everyone, welcome to the 8th episode of Resident Evil Resistance Interviews. Tonight we have CodyLoadee, also known as Cody. What's up, Cody?
Not much. Yeah.
Alright, Cody.
Questions.
Yes, here we come with the questions. Alright, question number 1. Cody, who is your main survivor and main mastermind, and why?
So Sam, because I've played him since beta. Like, no one really picked him in beta, and then because I really got to pick him in beta, I guess that's why I kind of liked him a lot more than the others, in terms of like maining them. Yeah, I think his gameplay is really fun. Be skillful at times. Other times it's not as skillful because it's just holding R2, but you know, I would say it's pretty fun. And there's certain little nuances about him which are in depth. Like there's some things that some Sams do that others don't, which you can pick apart. Who's better than others? None of that has to happen though. Not out here to be the best. But yeah.
Alright, and your main mastermind? And why?
Nikolai. I don't really play Mastermind that much anymore. Probably because it was just kind of boring for me after. But I did play Nikolai the most. It was kind of funny, so I think I didn't play Mastermind for the first like 5 months of the game. Not at all. And I only just picked up the game, or at least as Mastermind, after everything was out. So like after everything got reduced to like rank 20 for every card, that's when I started playing Mastermind. And it just made it easier to unlock everything. And I played Nikolai first out of all of them to unlock everything. And I went in the cycle. And I just kept playing Nikolai after until I got bored. And that was it.
Alright, now, once RE3 dropped, what brought you to Resistance, Cody? And did you try the beta?
So when RE3 dropped, I know I was playing Resistance, like every night? Or was it every day? I'm not sure. I think I used to play Resistance, for some of the day, and I'd switch over to RE3 Remake, for like 2 hours at night. Just play a little bit of that, and like, I think it took like a week of that to complete RE3 Remake. It was a fun little cycle I did. I did play the beta as well, mentioned before.
Alright, now, Cody, in your opinion, what is the best squad of characters to have for a team? For example, Beta Team, Girl Squad, Alpha Squad, and why?
I would like to say Beta Team. It's just, you can definitely have some substitutes to take out. Like I would say take out Sam for Jill and stuff like that. And on the builds, it can work roughly the same. And better in some cases. But overall, I have liked Beta Team the most in our experiences, personally.
Is there anyone in particular that inspired you to be better at the game and improve or change your style, Cody?
I would say so. In terms of seeing other teams, I think that's what kind of inspired me with our team, to get better ourselves, was taking a few like tips or seeing little things about other teams and like implementing that into our own gameplay. So I'd say other teams kind of inspired our team, or at least me in our team. Like seeing what others can do and like what works for them, and just applying it to our gameplay. I don't really know any names though. I just know I got some inspiration from other teams. Names are foggy. It's probably a lot of teams actually. Playing any character too. Play it themselves.
Now, do you play this game casually or competitively? Is the sweat or non-meta?
I like playing non-meta. I only play competitively when it's a competitive mastermind. or people are looking for competition. For the most part, though, I like casual. And casual can be very fun, you know, just running around making jokes. Of course, when you get sweaty, that's not going to happen. You don't make jokes. And yeah, so mostly casual for me.
Have you ever felt this game is too one-sided, more in favor of Survivor or more in favor of Mastermind, Cody?
I remember when this game was too Survivor-sided. When Prison update dropped, oh boy, it was it's very Survivor-sided because it added. I think the meta back then was like skateboard and army boots, and like Mastermind. I think Nikolai just came out, but he wasn't really that strong when he first came out, or at least the gun damage was, but people didn't really know how to play him, and it was just deemed weak up until people figured him out, or they buffed something about guns. I think guns got buffed in some way. That made him pretty strong, be able to deal with it again. But for a while, I would say the game's been pretty Survivor-sided. I would say certain maps can also play a favor in terms of balance. Like, Research is very Survivor-sided, and Bemusement's too Mastermind-sided. I feel like they gotta change Bemusement a little bit if they were still working on the game. Free bridges. Who thought free bridges was a fucking good idea? That's so stupid. But yeah, that's my answer. I think it's been balanced now, or it's got a good balance. Good enough.
Now, what's your best memory of this game, and who were you with when it happened?
Oh, there's been a few. I would say with most people that I can name, Bacon, Chris, Jared, Ninja, a good few have made some pretty fun matches. I would say one match in particular was when there was a few buggy instances happening in the match, like Chris floating and shit. A few comments were made, and it was very funny for me. Very memeable. I would say, like, in the moment, maybe it wasn't as memeable, but you look back on it and you think that shit's funny.
What are your thoughts on the Resistance community as of right now, and why do you still play in it, Cody?
I'm gonna answer the second part of that first. I guess I just come back to this game every now and then, not that much. I haven't really played it properly for a few weeks, but I like to come back like once every now and then. Just enjoy some other games right now. And in terms of the community, I'm going to say it's kind of toxic. For the most part. There are some nice ones in the community. But like, I would think for the most part, I just see in chats, like, people at each other's necks. And of course, not involved, so that's all I see. Yeah, I would say toxic.
Alright, how would you change the meta of this game, Cody? What would you add or remove from it? Maybe stronger creatures, more equipment points? What do you think? How would you change the meta?
So I would, I think, buff creatures, but nerf infection, like the ticks. In terms of time, I feel like if they were to buff creatures for them to just do more damage or have more health, you know, maybe do both. Maybe both would be nice. And then nerf infection by like 2 seconds per tick. It's like -5. So if you get infection off as a zombie, that's like 1 cost, 2 cost, and only gives 5 seconds back. If you get good infection off, you don't really get any time for that. So I would say that's a good balance if creatures have to get buffed in terms of like HP and damage. They should get nerfed in infection. And With guns, it's an interesting case because I wouldn't really say double mod Nick is that aids. Because it can kind of deal with squads and what they're capable of against it. I see most squads can have like a few fade sprays, which can be the answer in most cases. But I would say it looks pretty fair. Because it all just comes down to RNG with guns. And like it's really the game of Mastermind, is your RNG and your cycles. If you have good cycles, it can seem very aids to deal with, but it's a whole different story when you have bad RNG.
All right, Cody. Last question, and it's just for fun. Which player is the best with that particular survivor? So, first, best Valerie, in your opinion.
See, when I think of best characters, or like best players of the characters, I would think I would have a few, because I feel like some players can reach the same standard. So pretty much now it'd be people ranking off of consistency and not really the standard. That's what I would rank it off of, maybe consistency. But I would definitely put a few names in. I'd think Day the Scorpion, really good Val. Bacon as well, really good Val. Definitely a few others. Not many that I see as much. I'm trying to think. In terms of standard, because I wouldn't put myself in. It's to be my opinion of putting the best in there, and I'd put other people in there before me. That might be it for Val. Those two. I usually see them reach the standard pretty consistently.
Okay.
Jan, right?
Yep. Next, best Jan in your opinion, Cody?
Dominic, and then I would say Ninja.
Okay. Best Sam in your opinion?
Oh, I skipped Tyre. Oh shit. Pep, and then Bacon. Pep, Bacon, and more Sam. So reach the standard. I think those two.
Okay. Best Tyrone in your opinion, Cody?
Ooh, this person hasn't really played Resistance in a while, but I would say from my experience, Roxy. I don't know if you changed his name or anything, but Roxy was the best Tyrone I had seen. And in terms of others, Jared, I would say as well. Be pretty good as Tyrone. Give some tips and stuff.
Now, best Martin?
For Martin, I just, because we don't really use Martin, or I haven't really seen Martin as much. So I'm trying to think of a name. I can't even think of a name. Maybe Wookie? I guess from what I've seen, he was like ranked like 700, didn't look that bad. No, Martin's really popping my mind. Just rarely see him. At least I rarely see him. Actually, no, I think I've got one. As well. French Reaper. I've seen him on mine. I think like he's probably the only mine I've really seen.
Best Becca in your opinion, Cody?
You. Of course. So you reach standard. Other Beccas, I don't think it's too many others. Maybe True Evil. Yeah, I'd say just you two.
Thank you, Cody. I appreciate that. And lastly, best Jill in your opinion.
Probably, I can only think of Grace right now. Like I've just come in here with, no script, no nothing. I actually don't know. I've just come in here blind. So that would be my answer. At least Chris for now.
Yeah, all right, bro. Now, any final statements or anything you want to say, Cody?
I'm sure if I see some names, I could probably correct a few and just add them in as well. Uh, in terms of the community, it's for the most part, just be civil. That's all I would say. Um, no more conflict, please.
All right, Cody. Thank you for doing this, bro. I appreciate it a lot.